Hey guys, my name's Corinne. Thank you so much for joining me. If you are new to this channel, on my channel, I share my personal experience, tips, tricks on how you can become a master manifester. I am a master manifester. We are always manifesting our current life, our current reality, but how do we manifest what our heart desires? All right, so that's what this video is about. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and hit that like button so that this video gets out to more people. Consider subscribing to my channel and being a part of my master manifesting team. Let's get it. So I wanted to do a quick video about how to manifest what you want. And so let's just get right after it. The first thing I realized about manifesting what I want is that you have to educate yourself. You have to know that we are divine spiritual beings. Our imagination is our inner power, our God essence, and that we are always creating. Without really knowing who you are, who we are as human beings, and the strength that resides within us, the power that resides within us, all the videos and all the technique you try may be a little flimsy and weak because you don't have the faith and the strong belief system behind it to back it up. And what I mean by that is when you know that your thoughts are creating, when you know that your intention is powerful and goes forth, when you know that your inner conversations go before you and you will encounter them in the future, then it's a lot easier because you're not in a state of doubt when you are saying affirmations or doing any of the techniques that we do. So first and foremost, read, study, find an author that resonates with you, find one book that resonates with you, and just read through the principles of that book and take some notes. Some amazing authors that have changed my life. The first book that I've read that really changed my life was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He doesn't call himself a spiritual teacher. It's more like in the business self-help book. But a lot of his principles that he talks about having a definite chief aim, writing down your desire, reading it aloud every single day with full confidence and full faith that it will come true. If you want to just hear his self-confidence formula, I have that on my channel under, it's listed as a self-confidence formula, and I read it out of his book. It's really powerful. And it's something that you can read, recite, or just listen to every single day. So that's the first thing, is that you have to retrain your brain, reprogram yourself, which is not very hard. You're really just opening up your mind and being receptive to the fact that we're freaking awesome and we can create anything that our hearts desires. Once you walk in that faith and that confidence, all of the walls break down and you know that you're a badass and you can have whatever you want. Okay, so start with that. Now, as far as tips, techniques, and things that I do, I know that I always create. I know that my thoughts go forth. I know that when I wake up in the morning, that right there is a state where my brain is really receptive. So what I do is, first, I identify, what do I want? Okay, what do I want? Get clear about what you want. Whenever I am wishy-washy or back and forth about what I want, it doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. Your brain is like a heat-sinking missile. Wherever that target is, wherever you program it, doesn't matter, can't hide. You know, once you identify that target, your mind will find it, you know? So identify exactly what you want and have a burning desire and intention to make it happen and to realize it, not making it happen with force, but just resonating with like, hey, this is who I am. One example for me is that I had a very strong desire to work from home and have my own business. And for a long time, I didn't know what the hell that was going to look like. But I identified exactly what I was going to do, what kind of business I wanted to start. And then I sought some training and some coursework and started learning about the business. And fast forward now, I have a brand, I have my website, I'm receiving orders, and I'm making money. So know exactly what you want. So step number 2, after identifying what you want, is write it down as if it's already done. So my example is that my company is making $30,000 a month. I have an online business. So I wrote it down in 2 forms. One, I write it down as a question form because I want to open up my subconscious mind and let my mind give me answers. So I asked myself in the mirror, why do I easily make over $30,000 a month with my company, shopwinebar.com? Why is it so easy for my company, Shop Wine Bar, to grow every single day? Why am I always receiving orders every single day? Or I will affirm it this way: it is so easy and natural for me to receive orders every single day. I love that my company is thriving. I love that I easily make $30,000 every month in my online business. So write it out. An affirmation form can be questions. And whenever you are using that phrase, I am, like if you say, I am so tired, I'm so hungry, I just can't, you are basically talking to yourself and affirming. Sometimes people get caught up in the word affirmations, like, oh, I got to do affirmations, that's so boring. Well, first thing is that understand that we are always affirming to ourselves every day. We're always talking to ourselves. So maybe you could rephrase it to say, I talked to myself. Like, I told myself I was going to get it done and I got it done. Well, you affirmed it, okay? So it doesn't matter which vocabulary word you use to describe it, but we are always talking to ourselves. So we are always affirming. So use affirmations in your favor. Now, remember, if we're always creating and our imagination, it creates reality, why don't you create the reality in the life of your dreams? Why not point your imagination in the direction of where you want to go and take it there? It's like driving a car. Okay, you want to go from Philadelphia to North Carolina or from Philly to California. Get in the car and drive in that direction. Don't get halfway there and go, oh, this is impossible, I will never get there. No, start from where you are and keep going, and do not stop until you cross the threshold of California or wherever you want to go. So I write out affirmation statements in the morning, and I can feel the feeling of them evoking that success in my mind. So I wrote down some exact examples. The other term that I like to use is that the words natural and easy. It is so easy for me to make $30,000 a month. I've always had money. I always have been successful. Everything I do succeeds and prospers and grows. So tell yourself that it's easy. Tell yourself it's so natural for me to make money. It's so natural for me to find a job. It's so easy for me to make money online. I love that I'm making money online. So those are some affirmations. So recap. First, train your brain, read a book or read some books on authors that really inspire you and teach about spiritual education and the power of the mind. Identify exactly what you want, okay? And then write it out in a positive statement. Now, the next step I'm going to give you is huge and has been the game changer for me personally. I learned this technique from Neville Goddard, which, by the way, is a phenomenal author. So this technique is creating a scene of your desire already fulfilled. So we create scenes in our minds all the time. If you're going to the grocery store, you're like, oh, I got to get the milk. And your brain thinks, where's the milk? You visualize where it is and you go get the milk. Some people think that they're bad at imagining. And I don't really think that that's true. I think we're all great at imagining, because I really believe that we all think and see little brief clips in our head all day long. Like if I think, oh, I got to go get my daughter up ready for school, I think about what her bedroom looks like and I go in there and I get her up for school. So anyway, create the scene that you want. For me, my company is thriving and making $30,000. I am taking my kids out to this fantastic restaurant. I pull up my computer screen, I show them my sales, and I tell them what percentage I make off of each sale. and calculate the profits to be $30,000 that month. And then I order my cocktail. I let my kids order a mocktail. We toast. I hear my son turn to me and look at me and say, Mom, that's really good. I hear my daughter say, Mommy, I'm really proud of you. And I can see my nephew saying, wow, okay, you really did it. And I share the success. So I have this scene of not how, not when, but this scene of it's already done and I'm feeling the success of it. Sorry, these little earbuds don't really stay in my ear very well. I'm gonna have to like find another pair or something that sticks in my ear better. But yeah, create your imaginal scene, a scene that implies that you're already the success of it. Not the middle, not like, oh, well, they're going to call me, or I'm going on interviews, or I'm studying. You know, like say you're in college, you want to pass the board, you want to pass a specific exam. Picture yourself picking up the phone and calling your parents and say, I did it, I aced my test. Not that you're in there and you're trying really hard and it's easy. The end. I mean, the end. Like, okay, it's a done deal and I'm toasting the champagne glass. I have another scene that I created, and this one I love so much because it has my parents in it, and we're sitting at my kitchen table and I tell them that I have something to celebrate. I have some great news to share with them, and I tell them that my dad goes, well, what's the news? And I go, I'm pregnant. And everyone's like, oh my God. And I go, no, I'm just kidding. I'm not pregnant. My company made $30,000 last month and I want to celebrate with you guys. And so I hear my stepmom say, congratulations, Corinne, that's really good. And I reach and I turn to my dad and I give him a hug and he goes, I'm really proud of you. And so these imaginal scenes, you want to be in the first person. So it's not like you're looking at the scene. You want to be the person turning to your dad and hugging them. You want to put some tones of reality. Like maybe you hear the glasses clinking as you toast the champagne. Maybe you smell the barbecue on the grill. You know, get some smells and some touches and bring other people into your imaginal act and have them tell you, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. And that, I mean, it really, really just helps feeling it real. So this scene I do in the morning and I do it in the afternoon. I've tried doing it before I go to sleep. Neville Goddard recommends doing it before you go to sleep. If you're like me, I fall asleep really easily. What I started doing was doing it on the couch before I go upstairs and go to bed, because every time I would lay down to do it, I could never finish. Like I lay down and I think about it and then I'm done, I'm gone. So I recommend doing your imaginal scene in the morning when you first wake up. Now, here's another tip that I found it to be crucial with creation. One reason that we want our desires, want these things in life, is because we want to feel the satisfaction of it. We want to feel the success of it. And if you go into your imaginal act and you're feeling worried, well, you didn't do it very well. You're just going to produce more worry, because the feeling is the secret and the feeling is going to trump all things. You know, you really can't fake if you're feeling worried. Your body knows that you're worried and you're vibrating that from your being out into the world, and you're not going to attract that back. We attract what we are in our heart and in our mind's eye, and just we attract who we believe we are, our self-concept. So what I do that I find to be super beneficial is I do what I call giving it to myself. I used to feel very separate from my goals that I would write down. I would feel like, okay, I wrote it down, but is it done? So what I now do is when I'm in that state akin to sleep, where I'm really relaxed in the morning, or I do it in the afternoon, I close my eyes and in my scene, I give it to myself. I say, Corinne, you are so successful. It's okay to feel successful. I give myself permission to feel the success. So oftentimes I find that we have the mentality of, I'll believe it when I see it, or this isn't real, I'm just pretending, or it's in my imagination, now when am I going to see it? So give your inner being the feeling that it wants of that success, of being loved, of feeling abundance, whatever feeling that you want from your desire. For me, I want to feel successful. I want to feel powerful. I want to feel in control of my life. I want to feel that I have the freedom to do as I want to do. And I want to feel that I am able to help my family and elevate this generation and the next generation, and teach my children, my nephew, and the generations that I have about money, how to make money, so that they don't have to experience the poverty that I had as a kid growing up. And so I give myself that feeling of abundance, and I ask myself, how does it feel, Corinne, now that your company's so successful? And I allow my heart to open up, and I allow myself to feel happy. I feel free. I feel joyful. I feel that I can let my guard down and that I don't have to work so hard. I feel that I'm enough. I'm good enough, and that I'm capable. And I allow those words and those feelings to resonate. And I just try to go as deep as I can with that emotion. I don't force anything. If it comes up, if the emotion comes up, if the feeling of success comes up, great. If it doesn't, so what? I want to ultimately give my inner being this feeling of satisfaction. And I did it this morning, and it was so beautiful. It was such a great feeling. I did freaking cartwheels when I was done because I was so happy. And then I worked out at the gym, and I'm going to take that feeling of success with me all day. So that's my rip on the Imaginal Act. Feel it real and imagine a scene at the end, okay? Not the interim. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure your inner conversations match and line up with your imaginal scene. So don't destroy all your beautiful work by, after creating your desire and feeling the satisfaction, and then going, well, where is it? Or going throughout the day like, oh, it's so hard. I don't know when it's coming. Well, your mind is always listening to you. Imagine this. What if everything that you said to yourself came true? What if everything that you said to yourself came true? Wouldn't you say things to yourself that were better? So that's what I do. Throughout the day, I remind myself, when I go to the bathroom and I look in the mirror, I go, it's so freaking awesome that my company is successful. I don't need the outer world to show me that manifestation, because I am already identifying with my inner being, my inner man, and I know that my imagination is my true self. That's where that education and knowledge will help you out at. When you start to discredit your imaginal act or doubt it, go back to the knowledge that you are a divine spiritual being, that your inner conversations dictate or will show you evidence in the future, and let it go. Just know that you're enough, and just know that you are a powerful being, and just know that what you create is done. And then make your inner conversations match that. What I also do is I adopt the concept that I'm already a successful badass making $30K a month. And I walk with that confidence. I tell that to myself throughout the day through different conversations. You can tell yourself anything, you know? So, and then the last thing that I do is that I I write in my journal with a state of mind of appreciation. I like to start out with things that I am already so genuinely thankful and grateful for. I'm genuinely thankful and grateful for my beautiful family home right here because it's spacious, it's in a great school district, and it has everything that I need to raise my family. I am happy and thankful that I was able to start an online business, that I was able to teach myself how to build websites, and that I didn't have to go to school and work forever to figure it out. I tell myself that I am appreciative for the customers that I do have, you know, and I give appreciation and gratitude for the sales that I do receive, and I do believe that that brings more sales. I check in, I make sure that they're happy with their purchase, and I offer a sincere thankfulness. And what happens there is I feel a opening up in my heart space. I genuinely do feel my heart opening up. Your heart is more powerful than your mind, I believe. I still have a lot of study and research to do on this, but I do believe that. So the other thing that I do with my journal is after I'm already feeling really good and happy about my existing things in the 3D world, then I begin to journal and give gratitude for the things that I am creating that haven't manifested in the 3D world yet. You know, like taking my family to Paris. And I just tell myself that I am so happy and thankful that I take my family to Paris and we see the beautiful Eiffel Tower, and my daughter and I have croissants, and it is so beautiful, and I go on wine tastings, and I just go on and on and on. So that is my tips for manifesting the life that you desire. I'm just going to do a quick recap. First, read books on people by authors that write on the subject. My top authors would be Neville Goddard, Napoleon Hill, Joe Dispenza. Honestly, if you start with those three, you'd be doing pretty damn good. And then identify for sure what we want. Some people say that they don't know what they want, but if there's something that you think about, start with that, because it's something, if the thought occurred to you, then you do have an interest in it, and maybe you're just too afraid to admit to yourself because you don't know the how. Next thing is write it out. Write down what you desire in an affirmation affirming that it's already done. I'm so happy and thankful now that I have $30,000 a monthly income from my new business. Next step is to create a scene that implies your desire is already fulfilled, that it's already done, whether it's celebrating with friends, whether it's seeing your lottery ticket or on the screen, whether it's opening up your bank account and seeing the money in there, whether it's seeing your house paid to zero, whether it is hearing the man that you're in love with or the woman that you're in love with tell you that, you know, whatever you want them to say, insert desire here. Create that scene that implies that it's done. And then I journal on things that I've already manifested, just to show that you can demonstrate to your subconscious mind that you already are great. You already have manifested things, and let that segue into more things that you desire. And then one of the other things that I do is I take action with the full confidence and the full faith that it is already done. Okay? Walk in that self-concept that you are already that which you desire. Take as much action as you possibly can. People think that law of attraction just means everything comes to you, and it doesn't. The last 6 letters in law of attraction spell action. Don't forget that. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate you being here. Please consider liking the video. It helps it go out to other people that may not have seen this video. Also consider subscribing to my channel. I have a wealth of information to share. I'm going to be organizing, and I'm also going to be creating some short guided meditations to help you visualize and feel it real. Things that I've done for myself that have produced tremendous financial results and just joyful, happy states of being. So feel free to leave a comment. I really love to read comments and let me know what you think and how you have created things in your life intentionally, and if there's any authors that you read that inspire you. All right. Thank you so much. Take care.